James is in Baltimore. Hi, James. How are you?
Hey, Dave. Good. How are you today?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Awesome. My wife and I own a small destination wedding travel agency. We've got about 26 team members, most of those independent contractors. We produce around 16 to 17 million in revenue annually.
Wow.
And yeah, not bad. The problem I'm having, Dave, is our team, for the most part, reacts to our motivational efforts like rock stars. If we compare their numbers to the industry average, they're above average. But some members on our team continually underperform, not what the industry average is. They're doing great if we look at the averages, but they're underperforming what I know their potential is. So I'm trying different ways to motivate them, and nothing seems to be making a difference. And, I've been listening to you a long time. I know that you say, normal sucks, and I agree with that. And I don't want my team to be normal. I really want them to hit the potential. So my question is, do you think some people are okay with just being normal and not pushing themselves? And as their leader, should I be okay with that, or should I continue to push them while I see no growth or progress?
Our rule around here is up or out. Step up
Even
or
if they're
step out.
performing that,
Yeah, I mean, it's
even
not.
if they're
We're not
performing that average.
threatening you, but everyone here should be reading and growing and getting better. We should all be getting better at what we do, me included, because tomorrow is not going to accept today's level. It never does.
Yeah.
And so it ultimately the marketplace is yelling at you and yelling at me, up or out. The reason you've got 17 million and your competitors don't, and the reason in your world, I looked at that number and I went, wow, because it's pretty stinking impressive, James. Way to go.
Thank you.
I mean, that's cool. You guys have a level of excellence your competitors don't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is brought to you by my team, your team. And so when my team is not going to do that, then they don't get to stay. So we have an expectation at Ramsey. You have an expectation at your place. This is what winning looks like. And you put some core values in place that involve excellence, and you say, this is who we are. It's not who we wish we were. It's not who we aspire to be. It is, by definition, who we are. And if you are going to be a we, this is going to be you. And we're not threatening or mean. We just create an expectation from the hiring through the onboarding with all the rest of the team that this is all there is. There's not another option. Mailing it in is not an option. Working
Right.
like you're on a job and collecting a check. How late can I come? How early can I leave and get out of there? No. Why? And I'm on Facebook all day long unless I'm on the Facebook team. That's silly. So no, you're up or out. We're going to talk to you and say, look, here's what's going on, and here's what we do. And I know it's different than some other places, and I'm not trying to, but we're going to have a lot of very clear conversations that this level of excellence is what the rest of the team functions at, and this level of care to the customer, going the extra mile. Because what you guys deal with, I'm sure, is you have to be able to pivot in the moment and fix a problem, or the drama gets big fast. I'm talking about day of, the truck that's supposed to deliver the whatever has a flat. And if we don't do that, we got no freaking wedding cake. I don't know, I'm making something up here, but I mean, we do live events, and I know if we have some kind of a thing, one time we had an 18-wheeler break down, and we had absolutely no books to sell on the back table, and it's like, okay, what are we going to do about that? Well, I never knew it happened until I got home after the event, because our guys had 4 U-Hauls out the side of the dadgum interstate unloading a stinking 18-wheeler by hand into these U-Hauls.
Right.
And I had books on the back table by the time I walked up there. But that's after 20 years of having a level of expectation of excellence. And, oh, by the way, guys, the way we get paid is books sell off the back table, affects your check. Hello. So,
Right.
All that. And so everybody knew that. Nobody had to say, oh, well, gosh, the truck just didn't make it. That was not a possible answer.
Right.
And you got that kind of stuff for a living, because you're doing events for a living. Our events team, man, they can spell the word pivot, I promise you. And
Right.
So, because that's part of delivering excellence, because crap happens day of, always. Something's going on. And so all we can do is try to have redundancies and, contingent plans, and then have people that care so deeply that they'll run through a thicket of briars to get something done. And that's what you're after. And somebody that doesn't have that mindset is not a we at your place.
Yeah. Now, I guess part of this, Dave, though, is that they are 100% commission-based, positions, independent contractors. And does that play a role? If they're okay making X amount of money?
Not if they're not delivering with the attitude and the service.
Okay.
I like, let's just say I've got a vendor, okay, that's, printing for us. They're doing printing for us, okay? Well, they run their business. I don't run they're an independent contractor, right? But if they're not delivering that printing with excellence and on a timely basis and on the budget as promised, well, you don't get to be my vendor anymore.
Right.
I mean, we're going to talk about it. We're going, hey, what happened with this delivery? And, can you make this right? But if they have a pattern of lack of excellence, of incompetence, of lack of quality delivery, then that pattern, you're invalid as a possible vendor. And so, you're an independent contractor, but you don't get to sell, real estate agents are an independent contractor, but you don't get to sell my house if you suck at it.
Yeah. Our industry is very similar to real estate. And that's that. I guess we're in a position whereas the brokerage and the agent is just doing okay.
Yeah.
And we want them to do great.
Exactly. We don't work with agents that aren't high octane, high protein.
Yeah.
If they're going to be Ramsey trusted, if they're going to be James trusted, you got to bring it, man. You're playing for the Super Bowl every time you're on one of our deals. If you want to kick back and mail it in on one of the other jobs, that's your decision. But if you're going to be part of this team that we count on, our customers consider you to be Ramsey. So, like, I walk around the building every so often, and I was walking through not long ago. It's what printing popped into my head, and there was two stacks of some printed material, the same booklet, right, for an event we were doing, and the colors on the two covers were different, or were one shade off. The PMS, on the delivery on it. And I'm like, okay, so which one of these is going in the dumpster? And the guys are like, what? And I said, well, look, you think we're putting out, with 5,000 people sitting in an audience, two different colors?
Right.
What that says is we suck at, we don't care. That says quality doesn't matter. Well, that's the way the printer delivered it. And I said, I don't care how the printer delivered it. You shouldn't have accepted it. It didn't meet print specs. The print specs have the PMS color, and one of these is off. By definition, it has to be because the other one's on. And so one of them's going in the dumpster. That printer's reprinting it, or he's not getting paid because he didn't meet specs. And so, but I'm just saying, I'm holding everybody's to this excellence line, and that was a new person that was over that area. And the rest of the time they work at Ramsey, they will have that story to tell because they now have this exact metaphor in front of them on how not to do it. So, yeah. Yes, you got to hold them. If I'm a real estate broker, when I've got a bunch of independent contractors working for me, selling houses, I don't want half of them to be pitiful. Then the company name gets a reputation of being pitiful. So you don't get to stay. You don't get to keep getting jobs from us if you're not going to bring it. And now again, we're not doing this in a threatening, fear-based thing. It's just an accountability discussion. It's like, here's what we require. And if you want to be a Ramsey trusted, if you want to be James trusted for this, you want to be one of the people we count on, that our clients count on, here's how we go about that. And that's basically speccing out the job for the vendor is what we're doing. And same thing for a team member if they're actually on W-2, and it's just a KRA, in that case, a key results area. So, yeah, it's real easy to look at them and say, they're independent, I don't have the right. Oh, no. You not only have the right, you have the obligation. This is the EntreLeadership Podcast.